Coming to our next example over here, we do have a web application server which is present. The operating system over here is up to date. This time they are like, okay, we don't want to take risks, we have it up to date, and the port 443 TCP is running Apache Tomcat. Okay, so Tomcat version also, I think it's latest, I guess. And they are like not worried. They are like, okay, we are good, we have a web application running, that's fine. But one thing is that there is a log4j library which is used over here, and that is the version is 2.13.2, for example. So now this log4j is like a dependency or library which the application itself is using. So if you guys don't know what log4j is, there was a lot of things running around the world like 2 months back, so you can go and check that out. But just to give a high level overview, it's a logging framework. So the application will try to log out certain things, and because to generate logs or something, if error logs or so on, so that will be logged via this log4j library. So what Bob does is, Bob tries to send a web request first on the web application server over here, and the web application server obviously does not say that I'm running a vulnerable log4j library, but it will obviously send some Apache Tomcat banner in the response of the HTTP response. So basically Bob understands that, okay, this server is running Apache Tomcat. Apache Tomcat uses Java JVM, so log4j also is used over there. So Bob is like, okay, trying to connect the dots or something, and recently this log4j was discovered, right? So Bob is certain that maybe the server can be vulnerable to log4j vulnerability. So obviously, as I said earlier as well, he does not know the version of log4j which is used, or if it is used also, like the users may not use it on the server, but he just tries to take a guess or something of that sort. Then Bob goes on Google, he tries to find certain more information about it, and then later on on the web he gets exploit for the payload for log4j. So he understands it, how it works and everything. He tries to have that payload exploit, and he sends it via the web application over here which is running on 443. So he does that, and obviously this server, another thing, it's obviously like part of an organization or something, and there is LDAP being used and so on over there. So this payload which was there, it was successfully exploited, like successfully executed. And then later on Bob was able to receive a successful remote command execution, and he received a reverse shell. So obviously he got that particular server compromised again, and then obviously he can do multiple things over there, execute commands and so on. So that's how. Another thing is that this web application server, it was using a latest Tomcat version. It was using the latest operating system as well, with the latest patches and everything. But the dependency of a library over here, just to make things easier, this application was using a logging library, but that was vulnerable over here to a remote command execution. So that was not updated or patched. That's the reason this entire thing happened. So that's the reason, like, vulnerable and outdated components are a big risk, and they have to be patched regularly after the vulnerability assessment is performed, and also the proper patch management is done on the servers. So this was just like high level overview of vulnerable and outdated components. If you guys like the video, please do give a thumbs up. If you guys